into a hostile environment. These fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Monk. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Louisville's offense will get the football first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But you're going backwards, and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over. That's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the quarterback pulled up to and sacked at the 12.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Irish offense comes out, first chance we've had to see them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Get set.
Scanning the field, it's Carr. Finds his big tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Slithers into space. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
The give to the single back. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Mung. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They think there's room to run to the right here, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
And this offense is searching, man. They're trying to find something. Last week, they did nothing. They got nothing going, looked really, really poor. This week's starting a little sluggish. They got to find something they can hang their hat on and something they can build off of for this offense.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes them, gets another 1st down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Got it in the middle. It's Hughes. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And the Cardinals trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Cardinals. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Backed up in the... Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Extra point here will tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Goes to the option. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming in.
He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Back to throw. It's Carr. On a little time, lets it go. Right on the money. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. First play of the period, first down here. They'll go to the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Got it set up on the outside. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Irish! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing him the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Golden. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Pulls and fires complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
They'll run play action. Throws for the tight end. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Nice move to keep running. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Cardinals will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here come the Irish back on offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first two drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Carr. Got his man quickly. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Tuggle. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Running back searching for a hole. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to go up top on first down. Intercepted for the 11th time this season.
How about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
On that RPO, the QB is just trying to keep it himself and see if he can get the first down, but nothing doing. He wasn't able to spring free, just too much speed defensively, and now it sets up fourth down.
And the Cardinals will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Leaves it with the back. Turning it on! And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Well, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Old Dominion has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 14 to Appalachian State. Just another week of football in the Sun Belt, guys, where we've come to expect the unexpected.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll start this drive going to the air. Here's a heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. In the double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
He'll toss it. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Carr. Finds his tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing it.
They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The Irish needing just inches for the first down. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wide receiver going in motion. Fires to the tight end.
I tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On the option. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And the offense almost exhausted all of their options that time. On the option play, 3rd down, it wasn't the running back, it wasn't the quarterback. That had to go to the pitch man, and he barely was able to pick up the first. Good execution, great decision-making. And
oh, he's got some space. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
On the ground, it's Young. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Carr. Quarterback now breaking the field. He might have gotten way too greedy there, held it too long, and couldn't throw it away to avoid the loss.
Well, this defense not only has speed, but they also play with great effort. And that time on the quarterback run, they were expecting it. Everybody was in position, but they did a phenomenal job in pursuit, making sure the only direction that guy was going was backwards, running him out of bounds for a big loss.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Wide open downfield. Ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understanding the ball came out quick. I got to break, get Hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Hughes. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Looking to throw on first down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it.
There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game. And someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Absolutely perfect. That cuts the lead down to 28-10. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
The pitch. Lights off the defender.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Quarterback may change this route. They go right back to him. Gets it past the marker. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He lofts one down the sideline. Touchdown, Irish! And the route is on.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, you usually get a better matchup. And then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Miami is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sebastian isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 11 over North Carolina. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Back open in the middle. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete, denying a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to fire. That's reeled in. It's Golden. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Finds his man. It's Marshall. Breaks into the open. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on that second down.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. Motion from the back. They'll try to find room outside on the jet sweep. At the 40, there he goes. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
I love the idea of just handing him off the football on the jet sweep, too, because when he gets outside, he's so good in the open field. It's so difficult to tackle him because of his elusiveness and his speed, and the offense rips off an explosive play with the jet sweep there.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
Defenses ice football games in the fourth quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Mung. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Golden. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Golden. Turning it on. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Handoff from the gun. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football, great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
They'll leave it with him. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down, it creates second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Fighting off the defender. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. Man, oh man, the offensive line probably just swelled up a little bit, relying on them on that type of 4th down play.
Oh, and in that kind of situation, if you're the back, there can be no hesitation. You know you can't be dancing around. If you see the crease, you've got to put your foot in the ground and go get it, and he did it right there.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute for them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great. The home crowd and